Hello, and welcome back. And today marks a big divergence for me on my channel, and a big monumental achievement because finally I have managed to watch a TV show quick enough to actually review it. So, for those of you who don't know, I am a huge Alex Rider fan. It was like a huge, probably 50% chunk of my childhood was just reading the Alex Rider books, because they're absolutely amazing. Like, granted, I don't remember half the stuff that happens in them, but I just know that we're good and were very influential into forming the inspiration for the tone and kind of the plots that I write stories that I do. So, and up until now, we've only had the one film that was 10 years ago. It was good, but just kind of didn't go anywhere. So everyone just naturally assumed that there wasn't gonna be anything else about Alex Rider on the big screen, on the silver screen, whatever. But then, just out of the blue, at the beginning of the year, we got a trailer for an Alex Rider TV show, and instantly I was like, yes, I want to watch that, and I hope it's really good. So my sister and I, both being Alex Rider fans, watched the whole 8 episodes. Can you stand up for 2 minutes, please? So my sister and I, being Alex Rider fans, sat down and went to watch the entire 8 episodes within 2 weeks. And since it's still really new, I can review it, and I won't be really horrifically late. What is this? I'm actually on time with something? Who even am I now? And more strictly speaking, it's technically a web series, because it wasn't actually on actual television. We watched it on TVNZ on demand, but I'm pretty sure it's also on Amazon Prime, but I don't have that. So anyway, Alex Rider Series 1 was directed by Andreas Prochaska and was created by Guy Birch. And I'm pretty sure Anthony Horowitz, the writer of the books, was also a producer on the show as well. So it wasn't a big budget thing. It shows. It's a very, up until the last episode, the cast is very, very small. There's kind of only 8 characters, and that works with the book they picked. So they didn't start with the book starter. They didn't start with Storm the Breaker. They started with Point Blank. I'm not entirely sure why, but I would hazard a guess that it's A, because there was already a film of Storm the Breaker, and trying to do it again, you can only do it worse, or exactly the same again. And B, Storm the Breaker requires a lot higher budget than Point Blank, which is the second point, the book where they started. So obviously they had to chuck in, the preamble from the first book to set up Alex actually being a spy, but then follow the mission of Point Blank. So for those of you unaware about the general plot of the books, basically Alex Rider finds out that his uncle, who was a spy and his and his care the giver, and was actually a spy, and was killed like in the middle of a mission. I'm investigating here a school called Point Blank. So MI6, or like the subgroup of them that recruits Alex, turns him into a spy, and sends him off into Point Blank to pretend to be a famous rich kid and find out what Point Blank's actually doing. That's the general overview. It's good. It's actually nice and contained within the 8 episodes. It does work within the time frame it has, because obviously the problem with a film is that you need to squish all the book into like an hour and a half or a 2-hour runtime. This TV show goes, nah, I will just have 8 episodes, and it works because from what I remember, everything that was in the book more or less is in the TV show. So a TV show allows you to expand upon the book rather than a film having to extract the book down. So then they're actually able to add some other newer elements into the show. For instance, they add in a new character, Tom. They add in then a friend of Alex's who isn't in the books but acts as like kind of like another link to the real world. He kind of does like a few like kind of things. It gets caught up in the plot, that kind of thing. They also kind of add in the plots of the later books into the start as well to like do. In terms of casting, the casting of Alex is like is top. Is like A+. Like totally. Vision him as Alex. As Alex. Writer. He acts the part. He looks the part. He plays the part well. In terms of the side characters though, there is a bit like lacking of like, obviously the villains are fine. But in terms of the main characters, they're a bit bland at the moment. Like the Miss Jones, I think, and Alan White, the two MI6 heads. Like they're how you'd expect generic spy boss people to act. Like I'm pretty sure they won't like develop the characters more until later down the line, as in the books. So that's fine. The 2 characters they changed the most was Jax and Miss Smithers, who they've changed the race of, which I can see causing controversy, but you know, it's fine if they keep the character there. At the moment, it's a bit subpar. I mean, obviously, Jax isn't like the happy person in the books, because the plot is kind of depressing, like for the first the series. The Smithers, they've obviously tried to veer away from the kind of stereotype that Smithers was on in the books. He was a bit too much like Q, and after you've cast with Stephen Fry in the film, there isn't anywhere kind of up you can go from that casting. So they just decided to change tack. There's like a bit in like episode 6 where like Smithers has like a bit, and he kind of sounds and acts like the book, the counterpart, like a minute there. So I'm here's hoping that they iron out that character a bit. So yeah, quite a few artistic liberties are taken, which is fine as long as they enhance as long as they enhance the story. Like a good example is episode 8, the last episode, which I'll save for the spoiler part of the review, but they changed that episode in, really in a way that even if you've read the book, you're still on the edge of like you're still like suspenseful. It's really good because they deliberately changed an element of the book. In terms of technical aspects of the show are what you would expect. The cinematography is top grade. The lighting is kind of the same as every other TV show now. It's kind of just like bland like color palettes. So like London's just all like kind of a flat blue. Point Blank's like it's kind of either a brown or a green. The lighting's kind of bad, but I can't criticize the show specifically for doing that because every television show does it now, so I can't. So it isn't a problem that this show has particularly. In terms of like editing and the special effects, it's pretty good. You don't really notice it. Like the CGI, I'm pretty sure there was none. There was probably like a few practical fix on that. Like even though the show like changes bits about the book, you can tell that they still adore the original work, and trying their hardest to enhance it, and to not just make a cheap cash grab, because it's made by like one guy in like a studio no one's ever heard of, and B, the best part of the show is when a side character wears a shirt that reads the book is so much better, so they're able to laugh at themselves and take a jab at all the haters. Well, that's great. They aren't taking themselves seriously. Yeah, if you want a spoiler-free review, I would rate it about 7.5 out of 10. It really feels like Alex Rider at points. It's a good, faithful adaptation of the book that expands upon it, but it's also its own thing. If you're an Alex Rider fan, I would recommend checking it out. If you aren't an Alex Rider fan, there might still be some value in it, I think. I'm pretty sure that it's made so it kind of appeals more to Alex Rider fans than people who are unaware of the content they're basing it off, which is fine. But if you want to check it out, I'm pretty sure it's still pretty good as a standalone TV show. But now we'll get into the spoiler territory. If you don't want to hear the spoilers, skip to like the end of the video, or just finish watching here, watch the show, and then come back. So that was the warning. Moving on. So in terms of the spoilery stuff of the review, I liked how they introduced Scorpion now, rather than like 2 books down the line. I was initially wary of this being a Sherlock situation where they introduce Moriarty in the very first episode, and then the show just aggressively pushes the Moriarty thing every single episode after. But in this case, for Point Blank, I'm not working directly for for Scorpio. Yasin Grigorovich. We were both expecting him to appear. Obviously, he didn't have the same red hair as in the books, because that would have obviously been way too conspicuous. And what assassin who wants to blend in wears red hair anyway. And the other thing was episode 8, which I mentioned earlier. So, after episode 7, and the plot's all done, everyone in the book knows that it isn't over, because there is Alex, because Alex's evil clone is still running around. Now, the way the end of episode 7 has the cliffhanger, it seems as if the real Alex, it seems as if the clone Alex was the one that went home, while the way episode 7 has its cliffhanger, it seems as if the evil clone of Alex is the one that goes home, and because he acts all weird and like PTSD, because in the book the Alex Rider clone couldn't talk. So everyone in the people who have read the book are expecting that and are looking out, and the Alex that goes home does not talk. So we're all like, okay, he's the clone, and the one that's still at point blank is the real one. But then episode 8 opens with the one that we think is the real Alex, the killing of an innocent by then episode 8 opens with the one that we thought was the real Alex, knocking someone out with a stone. So obviously that isn't the real Alex, or he's been brainwashed. So, and then to complicate things, the other Alex also talk. So both of them talk now. So they basically they screw with the people who read the book. Because in the book, this whole episode was like a single chapter. It was about 3 or 4 single pages, because it was a book, and a book can present it differently. The TV show wanted to improve upon this, so added a whole episode for the Alex clone to run around and cause carnage, and it's good. And obviously the book, the series ends a bit differently to the book. In the book, it just has an Alex falling to his death, and the book ends without telling you which one that is. But it's obviously now with the TV show, doing that would be kind of pointless, because we know that there were other books afterwards, so it wouldn't be the real Alex. And they need to really kind of wrap up the character conflict that was going on in the episode. So they choose to use a more traditional ending, which I actually quite like, because it has that shirt jab with the book is with the book is the best one equipped. So I will overlook the ending, but overall there isn't. I can't particularly clarify heaps of content about the book, because I forgot 60-70% of the plot of this book. I mean, my sister was the one who was telling me oh yep, they changed blah blah blah, they changed blah blah blah, or they apparently did, and then we looked it up and they didn't, and it happened the same way. So yeah, so that was interesting. So Yeah, Alex Rider Series 1. It's good. It's great. It's good. It's a great starting point for the show. If they carry on. I hope they do. I want to see Eagle Strike in TV show form, please. Yeah. 6.5 out of 10. It's good. More please. And that's it. That's the review. Yep. It's totally different from the content that I normally do, but I haven't had the time to make other stuff. So this is a quick, easy video. I will do more stuff soon. I'm on break now. I will have the time. So until then, I will see you all later. Goodbye.